Hey there, Corner Dweller, Spectre 531 coming back at you. Now, I know you were wondering, what does that man have on his head right now? Well, as you can see, this is one of the temporary masks here, and this vile thing is the worst thing ever created in all of mankind, especially when it comes to me, and yes, it is one of my sworn enemies, a mirror. Ugh. Ooh, these darn things are just hideous. But anyway, that's fine, because you know why I'm wearing this? It's because I'm going to tell you about a time where Spectre was not at his best. Yes, we are journeying back to when Spectre was in college. And welcome back, Corner Dwellers. So yes, this is a story about when I was in college, okay? And something that's going to help you in the long run too. That's if you take the advice. Okay, my friends, let me tell you something. When you're in college, things get hella hectic, especially if excuse me, you went to public school the way that I did, okay? So when you get into college, all your short answers, they're not just 1 to 2 sentences any longer. They're 1 to 2 paragraphs. Each and every short answer you can think of, it's got to be at least 1 to 2 paragraphs, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Okay? There's no more fill in the blank or anything like that. Another thing, and I'll get back to my original point right back there, but another thing is you get math problems, okay? Now, granted, these math problems, my friends, are they'll only give you like 10 math problems, and you're like, oh, shoot. 10? I could pump that out in my sleep, right? Not really. Not when each problem is going to take you at least 10 to 15 to 20 minutes to solve. And believe it or not, my friends, math was kind of my subject for a while, but yeah, college math, no joke. But anyway, let's get back to why I originally brought you here, my friends. Okay, now, when you're doing all these short answers and essays, because you are going to get so many freaking essays, you're going to want to scream. Your head is going to want to blow kablooey up, okay? But as you're typing in all of your essays and whatnot, make sure you do it at least a day before it's due. Okay, at least a day before. Because what I want you to do is type in everything that you're trying to put in for your homework and everything. And then I want you to go to sleep. And then I want you to reread it once you wake up. You are fully rested and everything. Here's what happened to Spect, okay? I was typing up some stuff, you know, just going ham, you know. I had the answer and everything. Now, in this particular question, I was saying that in the days of old, it was believed that a woman's duty was to have the children and raise them up to be model citizens of society. Okay, that's what I meant to say. That is not what Spectre said. What I actually typed in was, it was a woman's duty to have the babies and bring them up to be model citizens. Okay, you see how much different those two statements are? Yeah, and guess what? Spectre's professor was a woman, of course. So, I came off as a complete freaking chauvinist, which I'm not one, but gosh darn it, because I didn't reread it like 50 times after I typed it. Oh, wait. That professor did not like me after that, but I didn't mean to come off that way, because I truly meant to say back in those times it was perceived that ... Okay, that's what I meant to say. I promise you, I'm no chauvinist. I'm the furthest thing from it. And yet that's how I came off, because I didn't reread what I typed. And my friends, when I tell you to reread what you've typed, I mean reread it the next day, because that's when you're fully rested and you're looking at it with fresh eyes and a fresh mind, okay? Because if you reread it right after you type it, believe it or not, you are going to read it the way that you thought you typed it, not the way that you actually typed it, because you just worked so hard on it. You know exactly what you wanted to say and meant to say and everything, and that's the way you are going to read it. I promise you, because I did that like 100 times. You are going to read it the way that you thought you wrote it, but wait till the next day and then reread it. Then you're going to be like, holy cheese and crackers, what did I almost do to myself? Okay, so just be diligent in everything. And my friends, this doesn't just apply to college. This applies to, elementary school, well, not elementary, but middle school, all the schools after that, work. This applies to almost everything, okay? After you work on it, back up off of it, let it sizzle, let it die down a little bit, and the next day, reread it and see if there's any changes that you have to make. So on that note, Corner Dwellers, this is Spectre 531 telling you that you are bloody awesome. Yes, you are. All of you are completely 100%ly awesome. Okay, because you're a corner dweller, and in my eyes you are like hella freaking sweet. So if you're not an official corner dweller, then by all means walk on over there, hit that subscribe button and that little bell right next to it, and you can be an official corner dweller. We welcome you here. And if you truly enjoyed this particular story, and not to mention you think that this is solid ground advice, then go ahead and hit that like button like it owes you money. Only hit it once though. It only feels that sting the very first time. And if you so wish, go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you would like me to talk about. Because, believe it or not, I got plenty of stuff going on up in here. Even though this is a vile enemy right here. But it's still happening. So, on that note, my corner dwellers, this is Spectre 531 fading away.